dollars for a return fee when you like waited until you were right next, like a block over. Like,
Wow.
you did not go out of your way at all. You waited till it was very convenient for you.
Plus, you did the work of getting the phone back.
Right?
They didn't do it. They didn't locate crap.
No, they didn't.
A darn thing.
And I used that Google thing before, too. Actually, I left my phone in Jason's car once. Mm-hmm. But I had to wait till his lazy ass got out of bed at like whatever time.
That's the only thing about it, man. They need to figure out a way to make your phone come back to you.
Right?
That's
true.
Oh, man. And then I lost money twice. I got it back once though.
What?
Yeah. To be honest though, not all of this was last week. One time was like a week or two ago.
Oh.
Do you know the little fifth pocket? The little coin pocket?
The little one.
Right. I like to keep I used to like to keep my bills in there when I carry bills, which is not all that often because I really use my car for almost everything. Mm-hmm. But in the little coin pocket, I've been keeping
a little stash.
Yeah, I've been keeping bills in there forever. Never had a problem until like a couple weeks ago. I lost about, I don't remember. I don't know exactly how much it was. I know it was like under 50, but not way under 50. So like around maybe like 40, 45 bucks I lost. And then I was like, man, I was kind of bummed out at first. And I was like, well, I'll just look at it this way. Maybe, the universe help somebody out. Yeah. Whoever found that money maybe really needed it. So hopefully that was what was going on, and so fast forward a couple weeks later to like last week, I had some in there. It was a little bit more. This time it was like about $100.
Oh.
And I was getting off. I was going to lunch. I got off right there across the street from Pip's office. And all these people started yelling back to me, like waving me down and stuff. And I'm like, what are they talking about? What's going on? Like, I'm looking around in my hands, like I didn't have anything to leave. That I'm thinking,
Yeah.
And I'm just going to lunch. Like, I don't have a jacket. I didn't have wasn't carrying anything. So I started walking back, and a lady who was standing there in front, and she's like, "Oh, here, you dropped this." And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, wow.
And it was like.
Wow.
I was like, oh wow, that was very nice of them. And then I was like, okay, no more fifth pocket, no more coin pocket for me. That's it. I can't do that no more.
That's the universe telling you.
Right? Like, dude, I was like, but that's crazy. All these years, no problem. And then all of a sudden, twice in a couple of weeks, and I was like, well, whatever. I don't know what's changed, but but I'm not gonna do that anymore. Right? That's crazy.
No, do not like to lose money.
No.
I like to find it.
Right?
I wish I found yours.
I'm so tight. I know, right? Oh, that'd been great. I'm so tight. I don't lose money or find it. That's how tight I am.
I don't lose money, but I do forget about money, and I find it in my clothes all the time.
I love when that happens.
I do that all the time.
I hide money.
Occasionally that happens.
But then I usually know where to go check when I'm broke.
It must have. You know what I'm thinking? Like, I wonder if it has anything to do with your status in life. Because when I was younger and I was a broke college student, I never used to find money anywhere. I never forgot about money. But nowadays, not that I'm balling or anything, but I typically find $20, $40, whatever, in some pants.
No. Well, mine is not pants and stuff. It's like usually like seasonal wear.
Oh, okay.
Like, I rock that motorcycle jacket all winter long.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I put it away forever. And I pull it out. I'm like, oh, it's got this zipper in it. It's got a 20.
Right.
So I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
For me, it's a little bit different. I'll be like foraging for something in the bottom of a drawer. Like, what is this? Little $100. Oh, shit.
And that's what
I forgot about this.
What's really weird for me is that it's always the same place because I always keep my money in the same place. So why do I forget about it? Because I always keep it in. Like I said, it used to be the coin, coin pocket. Now I moved that to my right pocket. But I'm weird like that. I keep everything. I keep my wallet in the exact same pocket. The stuff in my wallet, the ID and all the credit cards are all in the same place, going the same direction. My keys are always in my left pocket. I'm like,
that's a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's how I am.
I just don't carry that much cash anymore.
Yeah.
When I was doing tours, I had cash all the time because I got tips. But now, everything. I do everything electronic. I pay most things with my phone.
Yeah, me too.
I never have.
Well, not my phone, but I have my phone hooked up for like a backup. But I still prefer to. ATM card or the credit card or something like that.
I love some
Plastic.
Samsung Pay. Ching.
Yeah, that has saved me a couple times. I forgot my wallet and I had my phone with me and was able to use that. So yeah, that's definitely
that helped me
saved
out one time too. Wells Fargo has that thing where you can go use the ATM with your
phone.
With your phone. That helped me
Oh,
out one time.
really? I didn't know about that. But I don't think it was Fargo. So
Yep.
Bank of America has it too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
See, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
cool.
So.
All right, y'all. You
Yay,
ready?
technology.
Yeah, really, right? Y'all ready to get in these topics?
Let's do it.
All right.
News and noteworthy. The Shiznit.
All right. Well, I was telling you guys about the Krispy Kreme thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Krispy Kreme is actually in the news, or was in the news this week. Yeah, over in Minnesota, the Twin City, there was this student who was driving like 230 miles to like Iowa or someplace like that to buy, because that was the nearest Krispy Kreme.
Mm-hmm.
To they apparently they haven't had one in Wisconsin in Minnesota for like over 5-6 years. So he's a college student there. He would drive all the way there, and he'd buy like 100 dozen boxes of Krispy Kreme, full price, no discount, and then drive back to school and sell them. He had customers that would buy like 5 boxes at a time. He was selling for about between $17 and $20 a dozen.
Wow.
And yeah, he said he had customers that would buy 5 dozen at a time.
I believe that.
So just about $100 worth.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. So he would make this trip, I don't know, once a month or once a week or whatever it was he was doing. And I believe that's a one-way trip too, that 230 something miles. I think that was one way.
Wow.
Entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
But Krispy Kreme's found out about it, and they made them stop. They told them, they said shut it down.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I don't know that they can legally do that though.
Right.
I mean, they can tell him, but I don't think they have any legal recourse. I don't think, because it's kind of like the
Popeye's chicken lady.
Yeah, what was it? The Sweet Dixie
Sweet Dick.
Yeah.
in Long Beach.
Wasn't she authorized though?
After they found out about it, they
Okay.
gave their blessing.
Okay.
But when she didn't get anybody's permission beforehand, and I feel like that was more
Deceitful.
serious, more of a serious situation than what he was doing because
Right. Because these are Krispy Kreme donuts from Krispy Kreme.
right. And
She
I'm
wasn't
just
even saying that. It was Popeye's chicken strips.
right, exactly. She was like passing it off as her own, and he's like right up front with it. This is Krispy Kreme's, and then I just give you, charge you a markup,
Right.
Yeah.
which of course he deserves. He
Right.
driving.
Oh.
Just in time.
Even if he got them from around the corner, though, I mean, you entitled to everybody. I mean,
I'm bringing them to you.
right?
Hello, they're right here.
Exactly.
You don't
I
have
used
to
to do
do
the
any
same thing
work.
as a kid, selling candy and stuff. I would do
Yeah.
the same thing. I mean, but anyway, Krispy Kreme says that he's opening them up to some sort of liability. So I don't know what exactly that is.
Yeah.
So he stopped. He's put it on his Facebook page and everything that Krispy Kreme made him stop and this and that and the other thing. I heard someplace else, but I couldn't verify it. But I heard someplace else that they now are giving him their blessing.
I heard that too.
But I looked for that and I couldn't verify it. So I don't know if it's true or not.
Hopefully, he made enough money to open up his own Krispy Kreme.
I don't think
That's
he
the
made that
problem.
much
It's
money.
Like there's none
I don't-
around.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He was trying to meet a need for the people.
I know. I'm saying he
Exactly,
should
and
open
make a
up
little
his-
money at the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
he should open up his own Krispy Kreme in his town, Missouri, the Twin Cities.
He's a student, I'm sure it's not quite that easy.
Right.
I
I'm
know.
sure
That's
it's-
why I said I hope
Yeah.
he's made enough money to open up his own Krispy Kremes.
Yeah, I don't think he made that much money that fast. But anyway, yeah. So Krispy Kreme, that's 2 strikes against you, and the show just started.
All right, here I'm not a lover of the. I used to love the Krispy Kremes.
Mm-hmm.
The novelty of them when they first started popping up was like fun.
Yeah.
I actually used to love when you only could get them from certain places. So then, and I was younger then, so
Mm-hmm.
it was great to have that sweetness, but not a huge fan.
I've never been a big fan either. I like the little random donut shops that we get here.
Yes.
More than, Little Slauson up the street.
Yes.
I'd rather have those donuts any day. A little mom and pop place.
Right.
Not just because you helping, small business, but just because they taste better to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
And they last more than like an hour.
Yeah. And they're cheaper.
Yeah,
They're
I like
cheaper. They
Krispy
taste
Kreme.
better. They're bigger. It's just like all around just a better experience to me, the little mom and pop places.
I like Krispy Kreme donuts. I like the plain ones, the original classic Krispy Kremes.
Mm-hmm.
Those All the other ones are really generic. The mom and pop, you know, if you want to get the real donuts.
And for
Those are
me,
the real ones.
Krispy Kremes are overly sweet most of the time.
Mhm.
That was one of the things I did like about this cherry pie donut. These pie donuts that they had, they were less sweet than the typical Krispy Kreme donut, in my opinion. But it was, yeah, they could have made it bigger or something. You know, if you're gonna charge me $2 for a donut, at least make it big. You know, it was all little and regular.
Regular donut.
Regular donut. So speaking of donuts, hip hop pioneer Dr. Dre, not our Dr. Dre, not Dr. Andre Young, West Coast Dr. Dre, East Coast Dr. Dre, which is Andre Brown, I think is his last name, who's not an actual artist, but I think he did dabble in production. But he's mostly known for being, what do you call it, like a commentator or a DJ or a VJ. Him and Ed Lover were partners on Yo MTV Raps years ago, and they get a lot of credit for kind of bringing hip hop to mainstream.
Sure.
You know, so, but he's having a tough fight with diabetes.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, I didn't know this until this article as well.
Either.
But he recently lost the toe. And now he's lost some of his vision as well.
Damn.
Yeah, so he's not doing well in this battle, and brother better get it under control fast, because at this point, I mean, he didn't say this, but from what I gathered and from what I know about, I'm a diabetic as well. It may not be permanent, because he said his vision comes and goes. Like he'll just be sitting down or whatever, and then all of a sudden, you know, he'll be seen, and then it'll like kind of just fade back out again, and it just comes and goes intermittently. Like
See
that.
a doctor.
So, well, he has.
It's like, just because your name Dr. Dre, you can see a doctor, an MD. Actually,
a real doctor.
He's gonna go see the other Dr. Dre.
Doctor.
He's gonna come to LA and see the other Dr.
I was
Dre.
like, I got a great eye doctor, and he's in Little Tokyo. Fly out here, bro.
Right.
My eye doctor was in Little Tokyo too.
Dr. Karada?
No, my eye doctor was Dr. Marsico, but at the East West Eye Clinic.
I go to Karata.
But I recently had to change from him, and I have a new doctor, Dr. Sage. It was some kind of crazy stuff going on with my insurance, and I couldn't see him anymore, so it pissed me off, 'cause I've been going to him for years. But in any case, hopefully he can get it under control, and hopefully it could be reversible. Like I said, I don't know that. He didn't say that, but I know that it can be. Because I at one point experienced some loss in vision due to diabetes way back in my early days before I was, had learned how to manage it, and it returned.
I'm only now just getting why you said, speaking of donuts.
That was a great transition. You just now got it. Yeah, speaking of donuts, what you don't need.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So I hate to not to make light of his situation, but it's something that you can, the diabetes is it's a horrible disease, and it's something that it really affects everything, and it's bad enough when you keep it controlled. Like I said, I've been under control for many years, many years, and it's still a problem. Anytime anything else is wrong with me, they're more concerned because I'm diabetic. You know what I mean? Because it makes anything you have, diabetes makes it worse, like instantly, even if it's controlled. If it's not in control, which means you're not keeping your blood sugar or your glucose levels regulated and under 150. If you're not doing that, then it's exponentially worse, and you start losing toes and digits and limbs. You start having problems with your kidneys. I have a buddy. He's only been diabetic since 2005, and he's on dialysis.
Wow.
And I've been a diabetic since the late 80s, and 90s, but he wasn't keeping it in check. He wasn't keeping it under control. But so yeah, it's a serious thing. So you people out there, You can live a long, healthy life with it. You know, if you